Hello there, welcome to World of Tanks with Ungainly Titan. We're here on the Serene Coast and I'm on the FV4202P, which is becoming one of my favourite British Tier 8 premium tanks. It was originally the British Tier 10 medium tank, but was replaced by the Centurion Action X and converted into a premium tank. So it was free for anybody that actually had an FV4202 in their garage at the time. Now this is one of the highlights of my Monster Hunt session, and I think it was a really nice game and I really enjoyed the game, very intense game. And I'm hoping to share it with you and that you will enjoy it also. So we're starting off on the southwestern side of the Serene Coast, and initially I intended to go up along the western side to scout for any heavy tanks that might move up along that direction. But I thought I'd start out by taking a peek into the low ground in the middle, just in case there was anybody infiltrating up that way, or to see if they could see any tank destroyers parked up along the end. And there were two enemy light tanks, an LLTB and a French Lorraine 13T or something like that, both making a very aggressive move. And I thought that, or an AMX 13T, and I thought that basically we need to do something about them. They would be in a very advanced position. They'd be scouting it out, reporting all our movement, and there's not a lot of cover down there. And when the AMX stood its ground for me, I knew I was in with a chance, because if he actually started zipping around, it would be very hard to hit him. So I managed to shoot him and get the ram in, and I had the extra weight, superior weight for that kind of thing. And the LLTB, I'm a bit concerned about going for that as well, because that's again a very effective tank. And instead of me circling him, he's the one that should be circling me. But playing the way he did, he's actually playing to the strengths of my tank. And I'm actually under more threat from Bert the Avenger, who just dropped a shell behind me there. I should have realised it was Bert that time, because the fact the shell landed so close and didn't do any actual damage. The second one I drove into and it did a lot more damage. It knocked off a good chunk of my health. I'd say about half my remaining health at that point in time. So you don't want to hang around when Bert's in operation, because he fires about every 6 seconds or so, and he can drop a shell anywhere. There's no arty safe or arty shadow when Bert's around, because he can relocate really rapidly, and he's got a very high shell trajectory. So now that I'm down on the low ground, my initial view when I went into the low ground was that I would go under the railway tracks and pop out on the other side, but there seems to be quite a lot of tanks on the other side of the railway tracks, so I changed my mind and I said I'd pop up on this side and see what I could scout. And one of the artillery is spotted there, practically where he spawned, and I thought it was just too tempting a target to resist, but I couldn't hang around for the second shot because there were just too many tanks. And Bert's probably somewhere in the village, so he probably wants to finish what he started, and he would go for me again almost certainly. However, I've done nicely. I have 2 kills and 10 damaging ribbons at this point in the game. I'd often finish a game and be happy with that kind of result. So there's another tank holding up, medium tank holding up here, and our AMX was thinking about it, and I've decided to hit him a shot and basically pull back into cover, wait for the reload and maybe side scrape around. But as I'm set myself up for another shot, the VK moves away and the AMX decides to have none of that and just charges in. So I said I'll help the light tank, because we don't want to lose a valuable tank like that this early in the game. So we finish off the VK, and then I duck in behind this building because there are quite a few tanks in the base, and I know that there is artillery out there somewhere as well. Now Bert's probably not in the village anymore, he's probably moved somewhere further back. There's this ONE here which looks like he might be AFK. I try him a few times with regular ammunition and I don't seem to penetrate, so I give up and switch to the good stuff. It's a kind of priority I get rid of him, because if nothing else he's spotting me for the rest of the enemy tanks. So it takes a while, even with APCR on the DL, it's not a guarantee of penetration on the turret. And whatever way he's angled, and it's kind of hard to tell sometimes through the bushes, I was making no impression at all. And there's another one beside him, so they've got big old 100mm, 150mm derp guns, and you don't really want to get hit by them. It's a bit like being hit by KB2. So I just basically drive in, take a shot, auto aim, and that's burnt again. So now that I'm here, I might as well shoot him. So he's swinging the gun in my direction, but I'm still tracked. Fortunately, he misses. And I make my escape as hurriedly as I can, and Bert gets me again. So there isn't much of the ONE to see this point in time, but I get enough to finish him off. So I'm tracked, and I'm tracked again. I'm not spotted, but Bert knows where I was last. So I push forward. I don't have much health left, and I'm kind of hoping for the best at this point. I make an error here. I think I prioritised the wrong target. I really should have gone after the artillery. Though it wasn't the artillery that got me in the finish. It was
enemy armor is damaged.
It was actually Kraft's Panther.
Enemies looking right at us.
Don't quite have the firepower to finish him off. And now I get taken out by Kraft's Panther. I don't think it was the one I was shooting at. I've managed to finally win the Kraft's Panther, and it's a pretty decent tank. I'm taking a break now from World of Tanks, and so when this video goes up, I'll probably be on a bit of a break. And I skipped the end because while I did follow the other tanks around, I wasn't at any particular tank that was doing anything interesting. So nearly 4,000 points of damage, 1,300 spotted damage, 4 destroyed, high caliber, and first class mastery. It's gotten more difficult to get an ace tanker in this tank since I did it in my second match. However, I'm well pleased with that result. I thought it was an exciting game, and I certainly felt the tension when I was playing it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider giving the video a like, and please consider giving the channel a subscription. And thank you all for watching. I'll catch you again soon.